everyone, I'm Leslie, and like total crazy people, we signed up to cruise the world for 9 months. You heard that right, 274 days. So if you're new here to Point My Soul North, you want to go back and watch my other videos. We have been all over the world. And I have absolutely loved bringing it to you. Today is day 213, so we still have a good 60 days-ish still to go. Today we are in Naples, Italy, and we have a little different plan here. We are going to see Naples, but we're also going to jump on a train and go to Pompeii. Now I know what you're thinking. Pompeii, there's 1,000 Pompeii YouTube videos out there. So I'm hopeful to be able to give you some information about Pompeii that you may not already know, a little visual of it that you may not have seen, and some information on Naples that definitely is going to surprise you. So first, thank you for being here. I'm excited to share with you today Pompeii and Naples. We've got a lot to cover. Let's go before we miss our train. Through the Strait of Messina, because if you watched my last video, we were in Sicily, Italy, and Sicily and Italy almost connect, and there's a little Strait of Messina that we have to sail through to go up the coast of Italy to get to Naples. If you haven't watched the video on Sicily, I had a very special day with my grandfather, who's no longer with us, but he's with me in spirit, and he was from Sicily, and we spent the day in his country, and it was really special. So go back and watch the Sicily video. So interesting, there is a saying, see Naples and die. It is that beautiful. This picture is the most beautiful picture I got of Naples, but we'll come back to that. The cruise port is about 10 minutes from the city center. So you can see from this map that you kind of have two choices in Naples. Our choice, of course, is to go up to the train station. You can also go to the left from the cruise port and go more towards the city center, where there's quite a few things I'll highlight to see in that area. Both are about 3.7 kilometers from the cruise port. So keep that in mind if you're gonna walk. You've got a little distance to just get to where you're going. You might want to take a cab or get an Uber so that you have legs and feet still to walk around where you're at. The traffic in Naples is insane, so you want to be sure to go to Pompeii early. Pompeii's open from 9 to 5 p.m. From the train station, you want to take the Vesuviana train that runs between Naples and Sorrento. From the Vesuviana station, you can easily walk to the ruins. Right from the train station drop off at Pompeii, you literally walk right out. Porta Marina is right where the train drops you off. On your way in, there are vendors outside the city walls that have snacks and waters, and they're actually reasonably priced. So if you didn't bring them, you want to be sure to get them here. They're cheaper here. You can bring them inside the city walls. And once you get inside the city walls, there's not a lot of services in there. There is we'll call it cafeteria, basically, some places where you can get food. But it is a substantial area that I'll tell you about. So as you're walking, if you get too far away trying to get back to get water, speaking from experience, You want to get it before you go into the city walls. So get it when you get off the train, bring it, or get it when you get off the train. When you are deciding on your trip to Naples, and if you're going to go to Pompeii, I would highly recommend that you purchase your tickets for Pompeii in advance online. I will put the official website for Pompeii in the caption. You'll see that when you purchase the tickets, you're purchasing only access to get into Pompeii. There are approved licensed guides that are out in front of the city walls. They don't have anything to do with your entrance. You deal with the guides separately on your own. You can just choose one while you're there, and then they'll enter with you. We chose to go into Pompeii on our own. As you probably know, if you've watched the videos, I'm a huge fan of GPS My City. It has proven to be such a valuable resource. It maps out for you where the main sites are, and you can also create your own map. And once you get to the site, you can open that item and it'll tell you everything about it, the history, what you're looking at, the points, all the information that you need. And we kind of like to go at our own pace, go in our own direction, stop, stay, all of that. And so we just chose to do Pompeii on our own. But a guide is recommended if you don't have some source of information, because Pompeii is a lot. There's a lot of history here, and so the guide can provide all of that for you. Just negotiate the guide before you come in the city walls. A couple things to note before you start your exploration of Pompeii. Knowing kind of the layout of the land and what you're going to want to see. It's cobblestone streets. It's fully exposed to the sun. There's very limited resources, as I said, within the city walls, and it's hot, or depending on the season, it can be hot. So you just want to kind of have a game plan of what you want to see, you know, kind of what you want to tackle, so that you can go within your walking ability, because you could spend all day in Pompeii, and you don't really need to. About a half a day, you can cover a lot, and I will show you here. We covered a lot, and we were there for about 5 hours. So first, let's start with the basics. Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD and covered Pompeii in ash and preserving it in time. The procholastic flow, called the Wall of Death, containing hot rock fragments, gas, and ash, they calculated Vesuvius' flow to have reached a staggering 725 kilometers an hour. Once the ash and debris started to flow, it would have taken less than a minute to reach them. As you see these pictures and this day unfold, it's just staggering what you see here. It's almost impossible to get your head around. Really an amazing historic, encapsulated time capsule Pompeii is. Really, really remarkable. From Vesuvius to Pompeii, as the crow flies, is a distance of 9 kilometers. The walls are about 2 miles in circumference. Most of the highlights can be covered in about 4 hours, as I said. So the first kind of interesting fact about Pompeii that's a little different, that's not necessarily like what you see as you're wandering around, it's their plumbing and sewer system. It was incredible. And remember, this is 79 AD. They had lead pipes that carried water. They had lead pipes. In fact, they had issues with lead poisoning because of the lead pipes. Their sewer system was incredible. It runs through the entire city. Roy was insistent that I tell you about the toilets within Pompeii. So the toilets and the whole toilet sewer system works on a couple different levels. Obviously, there's the wealthy. They actually had toilets inside their homes, and they would use buckets of water to flush their toilet and send it out. And the city streets are cobblestone, and they're pretty significant cobblestone for a reason, because the sewage and water would run between the cobbles. So as you were walking, you could stay above it. There are private bathhouses that had toilets, and then there are kind of like bathrooms that had kind of a U shape of individual toilets. In fact, they were known to kind of like commune in the bathroom and like chat while they were going to the bathroom. So yeah, toilets in Pompeii. Leave it to me, I'll tell you all about the toilets in Pompeii. A little bit more about the streets. The streets, like I said, were cobblestone, but they also have like billboards, for lack of a better word, actual remnants of billboards throughout the city that had political slogans on them, announcements of gladiator fights, just different events that were going on would be on these billboards. They were etched stones that they found throughout the city. The other thing is that there are marble stones in the walkway. And the marble was there because marble would reflect the moonlight. So at night, the marble stones would light up the walkway so that they could see at night. The other thing about the houses is they were all very strategically planned as to their placement within the city and their placement on their lot, so that they all faced the best exposure to the sun for not only to heat their individual buildings or homes, but also for the light. Brilliant. The Romans were just brilliant, 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 brilliant. Oh my gosh, we're walking through Pompeii, which is super cool, but holy mother, it is literally 30,000 degrees out here. Like, on our way to the Villa of Mysteries, we pass the opulent Via di Diomedes, which is even fit with a pool. So one of the places that is not as commonly seen or toured or part of the Pompeii experience for most is the Villa of Mysteries. This is just outside of the Pompeii city walls. Keep your ticket from your entrance into Pompeii because it'll also allow you to get out and back in if you want to go to the Villa of Mysteries. And you want to go to the Villa of Mysteries. It is one of the most preserved areas of Pompeii, and the colors, the vibrance of the frescoes in this area, it was staggering. What remains, the sheer volume of what remains, the floors, the walls, the ceilings, it is incredible. It's worth the walk to get over to it. Yeah, probably one of the best things we saw when we were on our tour in Pompeii was going to the Villa of Mysteries. Don't miss it. Another interesting fact is that loaves of bread were found carbonized in ovens, perfectly preserved mid-bake. The bread even had baker stamps on them, showcasing commercial bakeries and the trade practice. Many Pompeians kept guard dogs that were collared, reading Cave Canem, which means beware of dog, to warn visitors and show how they valued their pets and home protection. Another interesting fact is Pompeii had its own wine production that was destroyed during eruption, causing such a blow to wine production that the emperor of the time temporarily banned new vineyards to encourage recovery. Walking through Pompeii is like stepping into a living time capsule where the shadow of Mount Vesuvius looms over the streets, frozen in time. Overwhelmed by the villas painted in vibrant colors, standing where Romans once traded their goods, gladiators thrilled their crowds, seeing it in real time, daily routine, only to be vanished in one single minute. We've seen just some incredible historic places all over the world. The Great Wall of China, Egyptian pyramids, the ruins in Mexico, Machu Picchu and Cusco in Peru, just the most incredible areas. And this just is another place that just gives you so much pause. It's so humbling to think like how people lived during this time, and the brilliance of how they functioned, and just beyond getting your head around. You have to go, you have to see it, you just have to experience it to really get just how incredible it is. Do not miss Pompeii. Don't forget your water, don't forget your sunscreen, don't forget your hat, wear comfy shoes, and go to Pompeii. We're exhausted. We leave Pompeii. What'd you think of Pompeii?
Oh, really good. Very good. Maybe on ruin saturation level right now, though.
All right.
But this was a good one, though.
I don't know that we have many more ruins to see. We're off to France now.
There won't be any ruins in France?
Nope.
No. Yeah. And it was a good ending.
Happy Pompeii Day.
Good ending to the ruins. We're
going to head back to Naples. The train has an issue. Not really sure. They never were super clear, but we waited forever for the train to come to get us back to Naples. Thankfully, we only spent half the day, and we had a late departure from Naples, so we were fine on the time, but we were out there forever. And the not only was it hot, but just the humidity index, it was, yeah, we were so glad that train came when it finally came. And we're gonna head back to Naples. We have one very important stop to make in Naples. Now, I had a lot of things on my list that I wanted to see in Naples. We're exhausted from Pompeii, so we're definitely not going to tour Naples. And I will be the first to say that maybe the things we were going to see in Naples were in the area that was left of the cruise ship. If you remember at the beginning of the video, I said you could go left about 3.5 kilometers into the city center. And maybe Naples in the city center was different, but on the right side of the cruise terminal, 3.5 kilometers to the train station, we did not like Naples at all. It was very dirty. There was trash everywhere. And I don't mean like trash cans waiting for trash trucks to pick them up. It was just everywhere. On the street, on the sidewalk, in the alleys. It just was dirty. It was dark. We've been in so many just vibrant places, and in Italy especially, we were shocked that it just was not pretty at all. So to come to Naples and then just die like this, the quote from earlier, we missed that completely. But we did know, no matter what, we were going to stop in Naples, because you can't be in Naples and not have margarita pizza. Margarita pizza was created here in Naples in 1889 in honor of Queen Margherita of Savoy. Margarita pizza is not just margarita pizza in Naples. If you go to just any pizzeria, you want to make sure that you see the marking on the door for the Associate Verace Pizza Napoleon, for the authentic Naples pizza. We're And the pizza we had, it was a little bitty literal hole in the wall. It was just outside the train station. I'll put all the information for it in the caption. The pizza was, we were wondering, especially since we weren't super thrilled with what we were seeing in the city. We were wondering how the pizzeria was going to be. The pizza was everything I had dreamed it to be, and yeah, I can taste it still today. So good. There is no joke about the Naples margherita pizza. You don't do anything in Naples, get pizza, and then leave that pizzeria and go to the next pizzeria and just eat your way through pizzeria by pizzeria, because it is. Walking back to the cruise ship, we're very happy we did Pompeii. As seeing Naples, we're so surprised to see so many Italian cities and to see Naples in such disregard. So bellies are full. We've marked off Naples. No need to go back to Naples. Definitely marked Pompeii on our list as an absolute, tell everyone you know, go to Pompeii. Just incredible. Yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough. We are leaving Naples, saying a goodbye to Naples and Pompeii, and our next stop is in Portofino, Italy. And if Naples is over here, Portofino's over here. It's in a cove, it's Mediterranean, it's got homes on the inside of the cove, it's colorful, vibrant, beautiful. So excited to see Portofino, and like an area of Italy that is so different from what we've seen. We did go to Cinque Terre and La Spezia in that area, and we saw a little bit of it, but this, we're going to be in Portofino. I'm super excited to spend the day in Portofino and just kind of chill and feel like local. So don't miss the next video on Portofino. I would love to hear your thoughts on Pompeii. And did you learn something new today? Have you been to Pompeii? Did you enjoy the video? Any comments about the video today? I would love for you to put them in the comments below. As always, I'm so grateful that you're here. Your time is very valuable, and you could be watching any video on YouTube, and I just appreciate you spending your time with me and being part of my journey. So until Portofino and our next stop on the Ultimate World Cruise, stop 214. It's crazy. Until then, bye for now.